Welcome back, guys. In previous session we have discussed about impedance type relays and we have seen the limitations of impedance type relays as well. Now in this session I will discuss about reactance relays in detail. What is the working of reactance relay and what is the operating characteristics of reactance relay and what is the limitations of reactance relay as well. Right. If you observe the universal torque expression, that is T is equal to K1 into IR square plus K2 into VR square plus K3 into V into I cos of theta minus tau plus K4, right? So this is the universal torque expression. From previous classes we have written. Now in case of reactance relay, what is the parameters to be taken? The one is K1 I will take as positive. Here I will neglect K2 as K2, that means K2 as 0 and K3 as negative, as well as K4 is a spring constant, it is always restraining quantity. K4 is negative. That means the torque expression will be modified for reactance relay as K1 into IR square minus K3 into VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. So if you observe this expression, the directional quantity is producing restraining force here and the current is producing operating quantity. That means, so by combinedly I can call it as it is directional restraint over current relay, because the directional quantity is producing restraining quantity and the over current is producing the current is producing restraining quantity. That's why I can call it as directional restraint over current relay. In case of impedance type relay is a voltage restraint over current relay and this reactance type relay is the directional restraint over current relay. Now let us find out what is the expression to produce trip signal. I am rewriting this torque expression. Torque is equal to, in case of reactance relay, K1 into IR square minus K3 into VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. Now to produce trip signal, that means T is greater than 0, then only trip signal will be produced. So to find the condition to produce trip signal is K1 IR square minus K3 into VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4 should be greater than 0. This is the condition to produce positive torque. Now by changing these parameters, by rearranging these parameters, K1 into IR square minus K4 is greater than K3 into VI cos of theta minus tau, right? I am just shifting this directional parameter into that side, right? I am rewriting this expression in reverse fashion, that is K3 VI cos of theta minus tau, which is less than K1 into IR square minus K4. I am just rearranging the terms. Now by doing some modifications here, like by rearranging these terms, like by dividing IR square in both sides and I am bringing this K3 term into this denominator part. So the expression will be modified like V by VR by IR into cos of theta minus tau is less than K1 by K3. IR square divided by R square will be cancelled out, minus K4 divided by K3 into IR square. In previous session also we just discussed that this spring restraining quantity is only effective in case of lower currents, right? But I am finding this positive torque, that means trip signal during fault condition, that means the amount of current will be more, right? So as the amount of current is more, the effect of this spring constant will be negligible. Now I am just rewriting this term, that means VR by IR is equal to ZR cos of theta minus tau, which is less than K1 by K3 by neglecting K4 spring term, right? Now by doing some assumptions here, I can make reactance relay. What it is, the first one is I will take tau as 90 degrees by assuming tau is equal to 90 degrees. The expression can be rewrite as ZR cos of theta minus tau, ZR cos theta minus 90, which is less than K1 by K3, right? What is cos of theta minus 90? It is sin theta, right? That means ZR sin theta is less than K1 by K3. Now, let us observe the power triangle or impedance triangle, right? By observing this impedance triangle, for example, this is my impedance value of ZR having theta. Now this adjacent parameter is like ZR cos theta, right? Which is also called as R. And the opposite parameter, that is X. X is nothing but ZR sin theta, and R is nothing but ZR cos theta. These terms are from impedance characteristics. So by comparing these two, that is, what is ZR sin theta here? By comparing these two, the ZR sin theta is X, right? So that's why I can rewrite this expression as X measured, XR, X measured by relay, XR, is less than the K1 by K3 term. I can call it as X set value. So this is the condition to provide trip signal. Whenever the reactance is measured by the relay is less than the set value, then only it will trip. Now let us find out characteristics of this reactance relay. Let us find out the characteristics of this reactance relay. In case of Rx plane, this is R, this is X, right? So we have X values, right? Whenever the trip signal produce, only X is not X measured by relay is less than X set, right? So X set is the constant magnitude. Can be represented like this, right? So this is X set. This is the amount of X set value, right? So up to this point, if any fault has happened, up to this point, if any fault happen, it will provide trip signal. For example, above this value, the x is measured, it will not trip. So we can, so that is the condition for providing trip signal in case of reactance relay. Let us take different fault characteristics. The fault characteristic is like this, as we have shown in previous class. This is fault characteristics. Now up to this value xr, it will provide trip signal. Above this value it will not provide any trip signal. That means this is the reach of reactance relay. In previous case we have seen what is the reach of impedance type, and in this class let us observe the reach of reactance type relay. So this is the characteristics of reactance type relay. Now let us go to limitations. What are the limitations we have seen in impedance type relay also? Are the limitations are same for this reactance type relay or not? Let us see here. So the first one is arcing fault. What is the behavior of reactance relay in case of arcing fault? Let us see here. Now let us take this impedance graph. So this is the characteristics of reactance relay, right? This is x set value, and this is the fault characteristics. This is the fault characteristics. Now because of arcing, what happens? The arcing resistance is also added in along with this fault characteristics, right? So that's why I will represent this same. This is R, this is X, right? So some amount of R will be, some amount of resistance will be added up with this fault characteristics. So this is the fault plus arcing resistance. So this is the plot of fault characteristics along with arcing resistance with a value of R arc, R arc. Now if you observe here, let me indicate some notations. O, and this is A, along with R, this is B, and this is C. If you observe this graph, the reach of fault characteristics without arcing and with arcing is same. That means the distance, the value of OA is equal to the value of BC approximately, right? So the underreach process is not happening in case of reactance type relay, right? So the one limitation of impedance relay has been achieved or overcome in case of reactance relay. That means arcing fault limitation has been cleared or overcome along with reactance type relay, right? Now let us see second limitation in case of impedance type relay, that is directional features, whether directional feature is there or not. Second one is directional feature. If you observe the characteristics of reactance type relay, so this is the X set value, This is the fault characteristics. That means this is positive direction, in positive direction. Now up to this point only it will provide sufficient tripping, right? Up to this point, that is we call it as reach, in positive direction. But in negative directions, for all operating points it will provide trip signal, because it is less than the x set value, right? That's why this reactance relay will not have any directional property. And let us move on to the third case, that is effect because of power swings. Effect of power swings. Now if you observe the power swings, we just discussed what is power swing is. For example, if any tie line is disconnected, the current which is flowing through transmission line will be oscillates for some time. That oscillations we call it as power swings, right? So whether this reactance relay is prone to that power swings or not, let us see here. Let us consider the same operating characteristics of reactance relay. So this is x set value. And this is fault characteristics without power swings. Now because of power swings, what happen is the current is varies, right? As the current varies, the reactance will also varies. That means reactance is in terms of current only, right? V by I into sine of theta minus tau, right? As the current varies, the reactance which is measured by reactance relay will also vary, right? So that's why because of these power swings, the reactance will also varies. That means in positive direction, in negative direction. Combinedly it will oscillates like this. It will oscillates like this. Now here also we have one electric center. Along with this center point, the power swings will be happen. That means if this is the power swing, if this is the power swing characteristics, up to this point, that means up to this point it will not prone to power swings, but the maximum amount of area has been covered with power swings, right? That means the reactance relay is also affected because of this power swings, right? So the only limitation that is overcome by using reactance relay is arcing effect will be reduces in case of reactance type relay. Now let me summarize some points here. In case of reactance type relay, it is directional restraint over current relay. The reactance type relay is, sorry, it is not impedance. The reactance type relay is directional restraint over current relay, and it will produce trip signal when XR is less than X set value and effect of arc resistance is eliminated, right? So that is the only advantage in case of reactance relay. But there are two limitations, which is it does not have any directionality feature and it is affected by power swings. These two limitations are still there in case of reactance type relay. Now in next class let us move on to admittance type or mode type relay. Let us see whether these limitations are overcome or not. Thank you.